Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today is day 12 of my trading study arc. Today I'm going to talk about the final boss of SMC. Basically, we're going to talk about how to get into entries, solid entries, taking confirmations, and being 100% sure before jumping into a trade. So first off, we are going to start off with how to take a long trade, and then after that, I'm going to talk about how to take a short. So yeah, like I said earlier, we're going to start with uptrend entries, actually long trades. So when the market is making higher highs and higher lows, mm, it's going to eventually make a confirm BOS, and then it's going to go up, and at some point it's going to give us a confirmed change of character. Okay, right. So first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to mark the confirmed BOS and the inducement. Okay, I'm just giving you guys a sketch, but always keep this in mind when you're drawing a BOS. Always start with the inducement. So this is our inducement. We're gonna put it as IDM. Change the color, yeah, and then this is our BOS. Okay, and when the market goes up, you can clearly see that it has given us a confirmed change of character. Okay, so previously I have taught you guys how to get a confirmed change of character. That's when the market breaks a confirmed BOS and it doesn't give a reaction to it, it just keep on going down if it's in a uptrend, or else in a downtrend it just keeps on going up. So that's when we identify the the change of character using BOS. So this, in this scenario, this is extreme, this is different. Okay, so this is actually in an uptrend. For the market to come back down, this change of character is different, because this change of character is identified when the market breaks a previous low. So you can clearly see this low has been hunted by this low, and then it made lower lows, lower highs, making this a confirmed change of character. Okay, so we mark that as well. This is a change of character, and then always keep your eyes open for this because this might be a bit tricky. Sometimes the market can actually break a lower high, high low, and it can actually keep on pumping up, making this as a BOS as well. So just keep in mind, you need to wait until this low is also broken, making this a lower high. Okay, so let's get back to long entries. So when this change of character is broken, what we are going to do is use the GAN box, and the starting point should be the swing low of this BOS, and this top part, the highest point of this GAN box, should be at the highest point of the change of character. Okay, so this point, and I'm gonna tell you something extremely important here. This point, this the area between 1 and 0.5, this point, and the area between 0 and 0.5, these two are completely two different points. Okay, so these 2 points are extremely important when you're getting into trades, like when you're trying to identify FVGs or hidden order blocks or extreme order blocks. Okay, so there is a name for this part. The top part is always called the premium zone, and then the lowest part is called the discount zone. Now, why I gave two names for these two parts, let me get to it. So we do not get into trades, we do not find FVGs or order blocks within this premium zone. Okay, we always neglect this part. Okay, we only find FEGs, order blocks, and the hidden order blocks, everything else between this area, only between this area. Okay, always keep that in mind, because we only get into trades in this zone. Okay, so yeah, now you can clearly see that it has made a change of character. It broke down towards the 0.5 and 0 level. Then what we are going to do is we are going to identify all the FEGs, hidden order blocks, and the extreme order block. So you can clearly see, I've taught you guys where to find the extreme order block. Just go ahead and find the extreme order block. Okay, and there can be hidden order blocks somewhere over here. I mean, I'm just giving you guys an example. Okay, and there can be FEGs right over here. Okay, so the market can actually reflect from one of these levels. It can just go from here, or we can come here and we can do this, or else it can straight away go to the extreme order block. Okay, so let's mark these out. Let's say these are just examples. Okay, so let's say this is an OB, this is an OB, and this is an FEG, and this is the extreme OB. Okay, so these are just examples. So I'm just gonna show you guys how these work. Okay, so if you're getting into entries, there's no difference in any of these levels. I mean, it's not going to be different because this is an OB or this is an FEG. It's going to be the same thing. You just put the entry and just get into it. Okay, so now let me show you guys how to identify whether the market is actually going to go up, or it's going to go for it's going to pump up from this level, or it's going to come to this level, or it's going to come to this extreme order block. Always keep this in mind. This only we find, I mean, only the order blocks or FEGs or extreme order blocks, we only find these in the impulse zone. I've taught you guys what the impulse is. It's the area from this swing low towards the highest point of the change of character. So that area is a impulse. So let's mark that out too. Impulse. This is our impulse from this level to this point. Let's put it in another color. Okay, so this is our impulse. So within this zone only we find the order blocks, FEGs and extreme order blocks. And always keep in mind this technical analysis, this market structure, we only draw these in higher time frames. Okay, because when you draw these market structures in a higher time frame, it's easier for us to go to a smaller time frame to get the confirmations in order to get into long entries from these points. Okay, so let's say this market structure, this technical analysis is drawn in 1 hour time frame. So let's say we draw this in 1 time frame, then the confirmation is checked in 5 minutes. Okay, just keep that in mind for now. I'll give you guys a more described version of this in a bit. So let's say we draw this for an example. We draw this in 1 hour time frame. Then we go to, once these order blocks are hit by the market, we go to 5 minutes time frame in order to check whether it has given us another change of character showing us it's going to go up. Okay, so let's get to that. So let's clear these for now. So you guys should know the premium and discount zone and how to put the GAN box. Oh, get rid of the unnecessary stuff. Okay, change of character. Yeah, okay. So let's say For now, we'll get rid of this. So let's say the market basically came directly towards the extreme order block. It's not going to be clean. What it's going to do is, let's say it came somewhere over here, and then it made a small high, and then it came here, it broke that high. Okay, it's going to be like this. Okay, so right now in the 1 hour time frame, it looks like this. Okay, so that's why in the 1 hour time frame, that's what I said, we draw this in a higher time frame. That's why we go to a smaller time frame to get the confirmation. Okay, so this is shown in the 1 hour time frame. So there's no confirmation to be seen in 1 hour time frame. Then we go to 5 minute time frame. Okay, so then only we see clearly. When you go to a smaller time frame, we can clearly see that the market made a small high somewhere over here, then it went towards the extreme order block, and then it broke that extreme the high, and then we feel like that it's gonna go up. Just let it go up for a bit. Okay, what the market's gonna do is, so once this is hunted, this high is broken by the market, what the market does is, usually it comes back down. Okay, now I'll tell you where, and I'll tell you how to identify the order blocks there. So what we are going to do is, we are going to use the GAN box again, and we are going to draw the GAN box from the point where it hit the extreme order, the lowest point of that, towards the highest point of the change of character. So I haven't given us a change of character. So let's say it broke the previous low again. Okay, and then the market's coming down. Okay, so then we can clearly see now this change of character after this happened. Okay, after this happened, so let's mark that down as well. Okay, and then again there's a change of character over here as well. Right over here. Okay, so then what we are going to do is, we are going to draw the order blocks and the FEGs and the extreme order block here as well, but in between the discount zone. Always keep that in mind. In any scenario, we do not trade in the premium zone, we always trade in the discount zone. Okay, so right over here in this movement between the 0 and the 0.5 level, we should see whether there's any hidden order blocks or FEGs, or it comes towards the lowest point. That means the extreme order block, which is made at the lowest point right over here. Okay, so let's draw those as well. So let's say at some point there's a FEG somewhere over here in a different color, and then there's the hidden the extreme order block here as well. Okay, all right, so what we're going to do is, sometimes you can actually put your entries somewhere over here, and actually use your risk management, because you have no idea that it's going to actually come over here, come to this order block or this order block. So what we are going to do is, sometimes some people do it, use your risk management well, and then get into like you buy not a lot of contracts, like a less amount of contracts, and then you wait until it hits all the TP. So always keep in mind, we are going to have multiple TP levels. I'll tell you where to get the TP levels in a bit, but first of all, these are the points where we are going to put our entry levels. Okay, you can use it like this, or else some people use it. What I've mastered is, sometimes when the market breaks like this, sometimes rare occasions, sometimes only, like it gives two types of order blocks, or else there's one clear order block. It's going to be the extreme order block, so it's easy to get into entries. So what we are going to do is, some people do like this, they use uh, smaller leverages. So it's going to be like this, because I've taught you guys to give the SL a bit of space for the market to breathe, or else, so they're gonna go for two trades. Yeah, one is here and one is here. One is gonna be here. Okay, so whatever gets hit, so it's like the people are gonna DCA this two entries. So it's gonna be like a average level of an entry. So then they're gonna hold it until it goes towards their TPs. Okay, like this. Don't worry, I'll show you guys some a few examples as well. So this is the idea that we are going to talk about. And then when we're talking about TP levels, there's going to be actually, here we can see there's three levels of TPs. And then I'll show you guys how to get the TP. So here, right here, we can see that there's external liquidity building up over here, and at this top as well. So these points are external liquidity and these are internal liquidity until these points. So TP levels are, this is a TP level number 1. Okay, TP1, P1. This is TP1. And then the TP levels are, so first off, this TP1 is identified in the 5-hour time frame. Okay, that's in a confirmation time frame. Okay, and the rest we have to go to the higher time frame in order to catch these TP levels. Okay, so these are the, after this, every single high is going to be one of our TP levels. Okay, let's, I mean, in this example I've given you guys 2. I mean, if there are 3, that's going to be 3 additional to this. So here there's 2, this level is the other TP, and this is a final TP. Okay, so this is a final TP. This is TP2 and this is a TP3. Okay. Okay, so what we are going to do is, sometimes people actually go to this TP1, wait until the market hits this TP1, and then they bring the market, they bring their SL to the entry points. They bring their stop losses to the entry point. Okay, so let's get rid of one for now. It's not complicating. Okay, so let's say you get into an entry somewhere over here, and then once it hits TP1, you're going to bring your entry level, sorry, the stop loss to your entry level. Okay, then you're going to hold it. So once TP1 gets hit, you can either book some of your profits, maybe like 25% or a small percentage of your total TP, and then you can actually wait until it gets hit to the TP level 2 and TP level 3. So all these levels you can actually book some of your profits, or else some people actually book their 100% profits in TP1 or TP2. I mean, any level you can actually book your profits. Okay, that's how you get your TP levels. All right, so basically I've covered all to any of these. Let's say I'm in this market, actually in this example I told you guys the market directly came to the extreme order block. This can change. Okay, this part is extreme, this is the crucial part you need to know, because we are going to wait for this change of character. This is the important part. Then only this identifies the market is actually going up, it has shifted. If it doesn't give this change of character, then the market is not shifted. It like, let's say there's multiple levels. Okay, so let's get rid of these for now. Okay, so let's say there's another order block. So there's an FVG over here. This is an FVG. FVG, and you feel like the market's gonna come here, and then it's gonna go back up. Okay, so you're gonna put your entry over here. I'm not gonna go to the the smaller time frame because I mean I don't have to get into it for now. So let's say the market goes somewhere over here. Okay, it gives a slight push up. Okay, you feel like it's okay, the market's gonna pump up, I'm not gonna look at it, I'm not gonna go for the confirmation, so I'm like 50% sure that it's gonna go up, so you're not gonna stress about it. But what the market does is it goes fill this FVG, and it does not go pumping up, in it breaks that FVG and goes for the extreme order block. Okay, and then only it keeps on going up. That is exactly why we go to the lower time frame, to get that change of character. Okay, so here in this scenario, in here, so let's say the market, you go to the, this is in the one hour time frame, this is in the higher time frame, you go to the lower time frame, 5 minute time frame, you can clearly see, you can clearly see that it did not break this high. It just went near, and then it went straight away down. Yeah, so it did something like this, and then only after hitting the extreme order block, it broke that previous high. Yeah, that is what we need to be extremely cautious about, because if we don't catch this proper trade, we are going to lose money. Okay, always keep that in mind. And lastly, let me show you guys that confirmation levels, where to find the confirmation levels in each and every higher time frame. So let's say confirmation levels, time frames. Okay, so let's say for, we'll start with weekly time frame. Okay, so when you go to 1 week time frame, it's going to be, for weekly, it's going to be 4 hours. I mean, rarely you find an entry, find an entry or like an BOS in a weekly time frame, because you have to wait for weeks, basically months, in order to get a trade like this. But if you find it, then it's extremely powerful as well. And then there's weekly, and there's daily. So this is daily. So this is daily, and then for daily you have to go to 1 hour time frame. Okay, and then there's 4 hour, 4 hours, there's 4 hours, and for 4 hours you have to go to 15 minutes. And then there's 1 hour, and for 1 hour you have to go to 5 minutes. And lastly, there's 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes. And for the 15 minutes, you have to go to 1 minute time frame to get the confirmation. So these are the confirmation time frames, these small confirmation time frames. These are the small time frames we have to go to in order to catch the solid entries in these higher time frames. Just note it down because this is extremely important. So we've basically covered uptrend entries. So basically we covered long entries. Now we are going to talk about downtrend entries, basically short entries. So here it's going to be the same scenario getting into a trade, but it's going to be the other way around because it's a downtrend. So let's say when the market is making lower lows, lower highs, lower highs, eventually it's going to make a BOS. Okay, and then at some point it's going to make a change of character, so go up. Okay, so first off what we are going to do is we are going to mark the inducement. That is our first thing. So here this is our inducement, and then we are going to confirm the BOS through the wicks. It has to hit a candle body. Okay, so then we mark that down. There you go, this is the BOS, and then we wait until it makes a confirmed change of character. I taught you guys earlier there are two different types of change of characters in a market. In a higher time frame market, if you want to clearly see whether the market has shifted, you have to wait until it breaks the, let's say in a downtrend, it has to break the lastly made confirmed BOS, and it has to keep on going up in order to confirm that the market has shifted from downtrend into a uptrend. But in an uptrend, when the market is actually making BOSs and it has to break the last confirmed BOS and it has to keep on going down, then only we get the idea that the market has shifted going from uptrend to a downtrend. Okay, so in this scenario, this is the type 2. So in this scenario, we are actually waiting for a BOS tap. Okay, for an OB tap. So for that, we are going to do is we have to wait until it breaks the previously made high. We broke this high and it made a shift. So basically it's called a market structure shift, but we can call it a change of character as well because it's easy. Too many names. We mark that down. There we go. This is a change of character. Okay, all right, now what we are going to do is just like before, previously we put a zero level to the swing low because it was in an uptrend, but here it changes. We are going to use it to a swing high because it's a downtrend. We are going to start from there and we are going to drag it down to the lowest point of the change of character. Okay, so this level, this from here, from this level to this level is a, what is it called, the impulse. Okay, so between these two, from this swing high to this lowest point of the change of character is a impulse. So between that only we try to find the those entries, those order blocks, those FUGs, extreme order blocks. Okay, and then only that two like there are different types of order blocks. There can be multiple, so that is why to censor it we draw this GAN box tool. Okay, then we get like half of it. Okay, these are extremely powerful. Okay, and then let's just get rid of this. So within this discount zone, so here previously we drew the GAN box from the bottom level to up, but here we drew the GAN box from top to bottom. Okay, then those discount zones and the those zones, basically those zones differ. So like the premium zone and the discount zone actually changes. So previously the premium zone was right up here and the discount zone was right down over here, but here we drew the Gantt box in a different way. We drew this top to bottom. So here it changes. This becomes the discount zone and this becomes the premium zone. Okay, so we mark those down. This is the discount zone, and this becomes the premium zone. Okay, like I said before, we do not take any trades, we do not get into any trades in the premium zone. So we only check for all the FVGs, OBs, hidden OBs only in the discount zone, so the top level between 0 to 0.5. When you're drawing it, draw it properly so you get the idea. Okay, so let's get rid of these for now. And then what we are going to do is we are going to mark all the order blocks. So this is our extreme order block. So let's say at some point, I mean, you can see a clear FUG is right over here and some kind of a hidden OB somewhere over here. Okay, right over here. All right, so yeah, so these can be our entry points. Extreme order block, OB. So this can be a FVG and this can be some kind of a OB. Okay, all right, so it's, for now I'm just giving you guys an idea that the market can actually give us these kind of types of order blocks. Okay, so what the market does is it goes tap one of these levels and it's gonna go down. All right, so let's get rid of this for now. I'll just give you guys an idea of what the market will do if it goes to the extreme order block right over here and how to get into an entry just like before. Okay, so what the market's going to do is it's going to go to the extreme order block and it's going to pump down. Okay, so all this happened, let's say all this happened just like before. It happened in 1 hour time frame and we have to wait until the confirmations are taken in the lowest time frame. For 1 hour it has to be 5 minutes. So like I hope that you guys noted that down because that is extremely crucial when we are getting into a trade. So if this whole market structure is drawn in 1 hour time frame, that is a higher time frame, we have to go to its own lower time frame and that is a 5-minute time frame. Okay, so yeah, so this part is happened already, but once it gets tapped to the extreme order block, go to the lowest time frame and then see whether it has already broken a previously made low. Okay, so let's see the market does that and makes this and it goes here, it is broken, the low is broken, and then this low is broken by the market. So we can clearly see there's a change of character. You mark it down, yeah, because that's what we need to do to understand the market. This is extremely crucial. These types of names are extremely crucial. Okay, so here we can see the market is going down and at some point it's going to make another change of character. Then you need to again mark that change of character. Okay, you again mark that change of character, mark it down, this becomes a change of character again, and then what you're going to do is draw the Gantt box from this level to this, from this to this. Okay, and then you have to find an order block between this 0 to 0.5 level in the lowest time frame for that particular higher time frame. Okay, so let's say you previously I said I gave you 2 order blocks, but here let's say there's only 1 order block. Okay, there's only this. So what you need to do is you wait for the short entry right over here. You keep your stop loss slightly above, and you're going to draw it somewhere over here. Okay, and just like I said before, there are multiple levels of TPs. Okay, there are multiple levels of TPs. So by now you should know it. This, in this movement, this top level is a TP number 1. This is our TP1. And then for these high, for these lows, these are go to the higher time frame for these. This TP1 is shown in the lowest time frame, the confirmation time frame, and then you need to go to the higher time frame. In this scenario, this is 1 hour time frame, and then every low below this, those are TP levels. Here also there are 3 TPs. So this is TP2, and this is a last TP. This is a last TP. This is a TP3, and that's it. So that is our short entries. So this is extremely important, like I said in the beginning of the video. This is our final boss. If you know this properly, you have nothing to worry about. So you know now how to get into a long entry, you know how to get into a short entry, and this is it. All right, so let's get into the real chart so I can show you guys some real examples. So we can clearly see, like by the looks of it, we cannot actually find it, but when you look closer, we can clearly see here, right over here, this low is being hunted by this low. There you go. And then this is the BOS. It goes through the wicks, is actually identified. Okay, all right. Now what we are going to do is we are going to draw the extreme order block right over here. So this is a 1 hour time frame. Okay, we have to go to a confirmation time frame, which is 5 minutes. Okay, so it hit here, we can clearly see this is a high. Okay, this is a high, and it has given us the break of that high. Okay, here in the time frame, in the smaller time frame, we can clearly see that it broke the previous high. Now do not panic, you can clearly see that it went a bit lower than this high, this low. Do not panic, let me show you why. So this is actually confirmed. Okay, so it has confirmed that the market is going to actually change the direction. Okay, what it's going to do is, now what we are going to do is we are going to draw the extreme order block. Okay, this is our extreme order block. Okay, so when we draw the can box, this is our extreme order block. There's nothing else. There's this FEG, but it did not support it. It hit that FEG. And it went up a bit, but it neglected it, and then it went straight away towards the extreme order block. Okay, now this is exactly why I tell you guys to put your stop loss a bit further down. Like that is why I tell you guys to give your SL a bit of space to breathe. Okay, now look at this. This is our TP1. And then we go to a higher time frame, and there's only two types of TPs. So then this is a TP level 2, which just got hit. There, this is a TP1, and this is TP2. This is TP2. Let's go to the lower time frame so I can show you guys properly. This is a long entry. So what we are going to do is we set our entry over here. We give it some space to breathe, and then we drag this down. There you go. Both the TPs just got hit. Now this is in the live market, okay? This is in the live market. See, there's nothing for you to worry. That's what I said. SMC actually works, and if you know this properly, you have nothing to be worried about. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I've basically covered two important parts. One, to how to get into a long entry, how to get into a short entry. So those two are the final parts we have to talk about. So we are basically almost done with the whole thing we call SMC, and you guys can actually get into good entries now. You have the knowledge for that. Always be mindful about risk management and where to put your SL. So yeah, that's it for day 12. I'll see you guys in day 13.